Well, we begin this news hour in Gaza, where the Israeli military has carried out strikes across the Strip, including in the southern city of Rafah, where 1.5 million Palestinians are sheltering. Several people have been killed or injured. And in Khan Younis, people there returning to the city after Israeli forces withdrew on Monday have been recovering bodies from the rubble. Around 80 have been found so far. The Israeli pullout followed weeks of intense battles with Palestinian fighters. Many families have been trying to salvage their belongings from the ruins of their homes. Well, let's speak to Hani Mahmoud. He joins us now from Rafah. Hani, I want to start with these strikes overnight and this morning. I understand they were brutal. Talk us through what was targeted.
Yes, well, more aggressive air raids across the Gaza Strip, mainly concentrated in the central area, particularly the city of Deir el-Balah, the eastern part of the city, where at least one person reported killed in an airstrike that targeted residential homes that he was sheltering in along with his family members. The family members were transferred to Al-Aqsa Hospital with different injuries, arriving to an already overwhelmed, exhausted health facilities. And further, the central part of the central area, this Maghazi refugee camp, where in an airstrike killed the mayor of Maghazi, and he is also the head of the municipality of Maghazi area and the surrounding areas. The Israeli military put a statement out that that was a targeted killing for a lot of people in the area. They know this person as the head of the municipality and more of a mayor of the area, with several other injuries who were also reported to Al-Aqsa Hospital. Here in Rafah City, quadcopters keep shooting at targeted every moving object at the eastern part of the city, and causing the death of one person in his late 50s and several other injuries who were shot by the quadcopters. Meanwhile, in the city of Khan Younis, the tragedies keep unfolding as the Israeli military pulled it from the city within the past 48 hours, with more people are being removed from under the rubbles, fully decomposed. We're talking about some of the bodies have been under the rubbles for the past 3 or 4 months, and since the beginning of the ground invasions, mainly the eastern part of the city, Khan Younis, where literally, according to people who went to inspect on their homes, the destruction just caused the city to be unrecognizable at all.
Hani, that just sounds awful in terms of people trying to return. It does sound, though, like the entry of aid, meanwhile, is somewhat increasing. Not enough, but there's more. But because the Israelis have now decided to allow it in?
Well, as of this moment, nothing is near enough in terms of the delivery of humanitarian aid and the entrance of humanitarian trucks into the Gaza Strip. The 320 trucks that have been announced that they will be entering the Gaza Strip. They are merely like a drop in the ocean of what the greater needs across the Gaza Strip. We have northern part and Gaza City struggle with acute famine spreading everywhere, causing the death of at least 30 people of the enforced dehydration and starvation. And here in overcrowded part of the Gaza Strip, the southern part in Rafah City, where we have more than 1.5 million people have been pushed to this area, suffer daily and struggle daily to find basic supplies, water supplies, survival items, and they also suffer from the depletion of basic resources in the market, let alone the prices that are skyrocketing. At the same time, there is a financial incapabilities almost here. People haven't had their salary or their payroll for the past few months, with the exception of the PA employees who are getting only slashed salaries that are not enough to respond to the needs. But the fact that we have a blockade on almost all the crossings that are preventing food from entering and medical supplies indicate that food is in fact being used as a weapon to collectively punish the people inside the Gaza Strip.
Hani Mahmoud there with the latest for us from the ground, from Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip. Thank you, Hani.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.